Rico the Opinionist. Whew, it was a beautiful 74-degree day here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Man, let me tell you something. It's kind of cool a little bit, but it was 64, 65 degrees. It's cool. And I'm back in my favorite park here. I like to stroll and get my thoughts off. Y'all know when I'm out here, let me show y'all something. You'll know there's my water. Right there, my water. So, probably should have got a little closer to the water. But anyway, for y'all coming here, go ahead and hit that like button when you come in here. I'd really appreciate that. Just push the like button. But I want to say this real quick, because I was asked once what I thought about if you've been living under a rock, you know that YouTuber Anton Daniels, and comedian and YouTuber Corey Holcomb have been kind of beefing for the past week or so, a couple of weeks, and it's gotten pretty ugly. And I was asked on one of my lives, I thought about it. And I gave a quick answer like, hey, they're going at it, and it is what it is. And I gave my thoughts of what I think about Anton Daniels and his on and off kind of, when he dives on the deep end of his Republican conservative views and his seemingly attack on blacks. You got to feed your paymaster. And Corey Holcomb is just one of those, hey, he shoots it straight, but he's also become unhinged. But I still watch their videos. I watch more Antonios than I do Corey. I'm just going to admit that. I'll see Corey every once in a while, but I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a little too loud for me, but I watch out of Anton Daniels' content, which proves that, you have to agree with everything that anyone says, but to appreciate some of the stuff that they do say. So it's almost like, I'm sure I stated, it's about, chewing the meat and spitting out the bones kind of deal when it comes to these particular, any YouTuber, hell, even mine. If y'all like my stuff, cool. But I'm sure some things I've said and some topics I've spoken on that a lot of you probably didn't care about, and that's fine. We ain't got to fall out about it. But this is why I'm making another video addressing that situation. People are saying, Corey was lying for bringing in Anton Daniels' daughter and his wife, and then bringing, shout out to the lead attorney and then O'Shea, Duke Jackson, and others. They were just talking about their legalities and even the moral and the character aspect of that. I'm a firm believer that, you leave children out. You leave children your nonsense, but and family, because if it's you, what's up, everybody? Those of you who are coming in, please press that like. I appreciate it. And you can also share while you're here as well. What's up, everybody that's coming in here? Gordon, what's up? David Rodriguez, what's up? Roman, what's good? Everybody that's coming in, please press that like button on your way in, and if you leave, press it out. But look, the thing is, see, people, and I've listened to both sides and all sides. And for me, it's YouTube. But when you bring in people's kids and their wives and stuff, But then on the other end, somebody else brought out what Anton Daniels talked about the Hebrew Israelites' children and their wives, and they look raggedy and dusty. So, but that's But that's like, that argument that can be made because, yeah, Anton, you talked about people's wives and the Hebrew Israelites, and then Corey talked about your daughter and your wife, but people are still missing the point. Because, see, I go deeper into the mind, and this is where Corey Holcomb comes in at. Corey Holcomb took it even further and started making monkey and gorilla T-shirts referring to his daughter of monkeys and gorillas. Now, Corey, come on, man, you get goddamn mad. But I know you go for cheap shots. But that was a little deeper. See, that in borderline. TD, what's up, my friend? See, that in borderline on just like get back fair trade. To me, it didn't borderline on it. It's direct hit at colorism. And see, here we go. See, if Anton Daniels' daughter looked like, let's say, Darlene Ortiz, Miss Darlene. Hey, Miss Darlene, I love you. She is an icon. Those of you remember the album cover Power, um, and her with that gun and that. Shout out to Miss Darlene. And for all the videos I've seen, there's one sweet lady. She's matured into a beautifully wonderful sweet lady. In her youth, she was on fire. Ooh. But anyway, shout out to Miss Darlene. But had Anton Daniels' daughter looked like Mariah Carey, looked like Alicia Keys, looked like a young Darlene Ortiz, Corey would not have done that. And see, it's something about dark skin, and not just in America, but in black community, that is a negative. The colorism thing is what, because when you go in and start talking about monkeys and gorillas and shit, I say, oh no, that's because they're dark skinned. Because Anton's daughter is ugly, beautiful young lady it's a beautiful young lady who is still growing and growing up, and she hadn't even reached her full beauty. She's a teenager and still growing. And she's an accomplished young lady, you know, in her academics as well as in her athletic endeavors. This is what I've learned from watching it on the internet. And so for Corey, all right, you mentioned the child, you mentioned the young lady and his wife, but then for you to start making primate t-shirts, see, that's where you lose me at. I was already teetering when y'all went back and forth. It's yeah, Anton was wrong because he can't carve foul talking about people's wives and kids. But Corey, you went for the colorist angle. That's what makes you look like the bad guy in this regard, and in my opinion. I'm not gonna put up with that shit, you know, attacking blacks who are dark skinned just because that's been embedded into your that dark skin or black is ugly when it's in a darker hue. And Corey, you can debate this all day long, but all signs point towards colorism, and that is the very definite example that you pull. Now the wife and his family, his child, not only do primate or monkey t-shirts, but you thinking there's some people as sick as you that want to buy those goddamn t-shirts? Come on, man, don't do that, bro. That's not cool, man. And then, but you're not alone in there. You know that, Corey? Your partner back in the day, your co-comedy partner, Tariq Nasheed, he did the same shit. Remember, all y'all did that. But Tariq Nasheed did it to another YouTuber by the name of Tommy Sotomayor. See, I go way back with you YouTubers. I remember when all of y'all fell out because Tommy's trying to be cool with y'all, with you, and trying to be cool with Tariq Nasheed. And Tariq Nasheed is a slick little elitist. But he think he better than everybody, all the so-called other YouTubers. Oh, he's a trip. He's a snide, arrogant, condescending son of a bitch. And he's a colorist. Here's my proof. Now, I don't know about his first wife, but I know his next wife is half white and Jewish. And it appears that, according to what Tommy was saying, the reason that Tariq Nasheed fell out with Tommy is because Tommy Sotomayor asked him, okay, in your hidden colors, which I love the information he puts in his hidden colors. He's very talented researcher and a very talented storyteller, but he's not the only one, because I grew up with the people who he got his information from, or I grew up reading about Dr. John Henry Clark and John G. Jackson and Dr. Francis Cress. I also know the books and place where he got his information. So Mr. Farrakhan, Dr. Khalid Abdul-Mahali's folks. So, but it's good that he's doing their work and making it available. But it still doesn't excuse his colorist behavior. So I'm sure with this new biracial wife, light-skinned biracial woman, half Jewish, he has had some children with her. So they're not as black looking as his first set of kids, from what I understand, reportedly, allegedly. And so two things. Tariq Nasheed has made a comment saying the best black woman to get is a mixed woman. He said that. So He he said this on his own platform, is to get a mixed woman. So number two, he fell out with Tommy Sotomayor. He made what's called to call him burnt, not burnt, but a toasty black and he named it a very dark skinned name. Crispy. He called Tommy Sotomayor crispy. And y'all know what burnt to a crisp insinuates being dark and burnt and bad. But he tried to play games and say, no, I just meant crispy. Oh, Tariq, bro. You called that dark-skinned man, that black man, you called him crispy. And that was the height. And number two, I'm not done with Tariq Nasheed. He's full of shit, but he puts out a good product in the Hidden Colors. He now know that he was very offended by when Tommy allegedly asked him this question. That's what Tommy said. I haven't heard Tariq's version of what happened while they fell out. Tommy said he initially got upset when they asked him, well, what was the Jewish participation in American cattle slavery? And did you while you were taught everyone else who participated, did you remember to put their participation in owning slaves in this country? And Tariq reportedly became upset about it. Okay, next Tommy was all these dark skin and crispy this and crispy that. No, making fun of his dark skin, his very, mellow skin. Because Tommy and I about the same skin tone. It's just some motherfuckers be jealous about this extra melanin, boy. They become haters. Because everyone knows the darker the darker the melanin, the closer to God. Sorry to all you, mixed folks. Nothing against it. So, was that a colorist statement? Nah, just stay back. Melanin is real. So, maybe it's my opinion. So anyway, he created a crispy doll. And he had his own child with the crispy doll. He used to punch the crispy doll on it, because I used to watch it. He made a crispy puppet. All of that, Tariq. And on top of that, Tariq Nasheed teamed up with a Russian Jew named Vlad to set Tommy Sotomayor up when Tommy was supposed to be doing an interview, which came out later on that the interview was fake, allegedly, reportedly. And he's best friends, according to Tariq Nasheed, he is good friends with Vlad. Y'all know who that little son of a bitch is. And so he came up, yeah, it's the video, they probably took it off and everything. Tom was doing an interview and everything. Vlad pretended to be doing a serious interview. Next thing you know, Tariq Nasheed there, allegedly with something in his pocket. We won't say what it is. Allegedly with something in his pocket, but putting a train, they want to say a coon train, or coon, trying to prep for a train in Tommy's face. And so that was real messed up, Tariq, and I've never respected you. I wasn't a huge fan of you because you're the same one who was doing the pimping with Michael Moore, the white man. You acting like a clownish pimp, but then I ain't forgot about none of that. I can look past things just to look at the information. So, Corey Holcomb, you're not the only one who hates or seems to have a problem with dark blacks, or when you get mad at a darker skinned black with darker skin, you go straight there. I don't know if you have a record of that, a history of that, Corey Holcomb, but I know Tariq does. So much so, he made sure when he married again, it wasn't gonna be a woman that was dark skinned, and so he won't have any more dark skinned children. My opinion. And so, Corey, that's probably one of the only criticism I have about it. I didn't think that was cool, brother, that you did that. And number two, I saw the video where you tried to literally, coerce or cajole or bully Miss Darlene into holding the damn shirt. You held it up, all right, okay. But he said, don't try to get Miss Darlene to hold that shirt up. She said no. And so now you're trying to intimate that she's not on your team anymore, she's with you anymore, because she want to hold up that very disrespectful, the very demeaning and degraded t-shirt about a black man with a black wife and a black child. We're having a darker hue. Her and the gentleman, they can continue to go down and ride that Titanic, because you've definitely hit an iceberg, brother. They can continue to stay on that Titanic and play until the motherfucker sinks, or No, they can make other arrangements, but I'm not trying to tell y'all how to do. But all I know is that wasn't cool, Corey. I like some of your content. I don't be upset when you point out the backdoorians. I don't. But Corey, you don't have to label everybody a backdoorian who disagrees with you. You don't have to do that. You know, because they backdoorian, and I know I tell you, I watch your videos, bro. I know you've been up in there. You're in the Hollywood scene. You know who they are, and I'm with you, because you are the kind of man that cannot be bought in Hollywood. You are the kind of man that you're not gonna put on a dress and do a lot of weird stuff. However, I want to ask you something about those weird shirts you wear, though, Corey. Again, because was it the other day? What kind of shirt is that? Was this like a skeleton, skull and bones, or skeleton? You wear some weird clothing items. You may not, you'll say I'm down with that Baphomet and that Hollywood stuff, but you do something to, because a lot of these clothing item choices that you wear, I'll check out the designs in those shirts, Corey. There's something, that one you just had on, what was that? It looked like some of the stuff that some of these rappers wear to show them that they're down with the elites. Maybe I'm seeing things, but I know what I'm looking at. I said, those shirts, like some of these celebrities be wearing, all that, those weird shirts that's sending out signals to the elite. You wear some of those shirts just like that, bro. And the one you had on, it was certainly like a skull or you know how they do the skeleton thing. No, that's kind of weird, man. But this is what I think you should do. Let's see. Hope you're having a great weekend. Who's this? Landon Davis. I hope you're having a great weekend. Love the stream. Keep up. Thank you, Landon. Whoever sins breaks the law. In fact, okay, whatever that is. But shout out to you, Brandon, and everybody who's in here. Please hit that like button. But yeah, Corey, you went too far. That's all I got to say about it. I'm not gonna drag it on, but I want to end by saying this: I'll continue to watch your stuff. I'll continue to watch Anton Daniels, and I hope those of you who've been checking me out lately, and I appreciate you continue to check me out, because we all have a platform. We all have the ability to create a platform. Every voice matters. If you think people don't want to hear what you have to say, you're fooling yourself. Because all of our voices have a place here in social media. All of our voices. And voices you agree with and voices you don't agree with. So I try to check everybody out who I think making some sense. And when I'm making sense, I just turn it off. And Corey, brother, it's a lot of ego and a lot of pride going on. And what I think you should do, this is my opinion, I can't tell because I don't even have a business like that. I just got 1,000 damn subscribers, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. But I want to say, I think you should take some time off, man. I've heard it said somewhere else, but I'll say it as well. Take some time off, man, because right now it doesn't seem to be working for you. No, you don't have to defend yourself, man. Everything's been said. Everything has been said. We know where you come from. We know where you stand. I'd hate to see you destroy an awesome platform that you built brick by brick with the support of brother, I think his name is Craig, and Miss Darlene. I think, let me take you back. One more thing I want to say. When you and Anton got into that back and forth, and I mean, it got kind of looked like it's going to get physical, and my Miss Darlene, he said, "Move, Darlene. Don't get between two men." I understood that. However, had you not been that physically aggressive, you potentially could have put her life at risk. Were you aware of that, Corey? When you got that physically aggressive, you were already verbally aggressive. But when you got up and made that sudden aggressive move, luckily Anton did not react accordingly physically. Because you literally placed Miss Darlene's life, her physical safety at risk when you did that. You did that, man. Corey, you did that. And I should have made this video sooner, because I think that Miss Darlene is owed an apology. I think you should, either behind the scenes or on one of your lives, your tapes, or let it be taped. I think you should apologize to her. Some nice flowers, and just let her know how much you appreciate it, because she was getting up and she was doing what she was doing in protection of you, believe it or not. Man, that lady thinks she walked on water. And I don't like the way, I hate the way you've been. You're so Corey versus 20 versus everybody, that you're being versus with people who are standing there sitting next to you who actually have your back. And that's not cool, man. Even put the brother of Snake Craig in a certain light, because, don't do stuff there, man. Even though you appear to be the head of that show, but you don't have to put other people's lives and their reputations and how other people view them at risk. So far, right now, people think Miss Darlene and their brother Craig, they think they're pretty cool. But the way it's almost like you're forcing them to make a choice. And you shouldn't put them in that position. It's not cool. It's not right, man. They don't deserve that. All they want to work with their friend. They want to work with their compadre. They want to work with somebody they appear to respect. And the way you've been behaving on that damn show, it's like all you care about is you. And that's why I was saying that maybe you need to take time off and let them handle the show for about probably the rest of the month. Maybe half of March. Just let them kind of do a little thing, and you may check in every once in a while, but kind of let them, bring clearer skies, or bring the sunny days back to the show. You don't have to cancel it. You don't have to get rid of it, but I think you need to be absent just a little while to let them topics back and forth. Let them keep it up. People tune in. They like Miss Darlene. They appreciate Craig. And I think, they'll be given more time or more airtime to really share what things are about certain things. We know it's still 5150 Corey. But if you really care about those two people, you do that. And again, number two, the second apology. Number one is for putting Miss Darlene's physical safety at risk. When you jumped up and did that with Anton, you literally put that lady's life and her, well, at least her physical health, and her physical safety. Number two, you should apologize to her for almost trying to shame her or guilt her into holding that very inappropriate t-shirt. You should just do that on your own. And then you had the little song that said, that's all right, get another bitch to do it. So Miss Darlene is a bitch too? See, you're so mad that you are literally pushing the people away who really have your back. So when you say this, I get another bitch to do it in your rap, man, that was so awful. That was so disrespectful. Terrible. So anyway, I ain't nobody. I just got 1,000 subscribers. But I think my voice still matters, and I hope it reaches you with in brotherly love. And if you need somebody to talk to, brother, because I'm telling you, this is a lot coming your way. You got TMZ, you got that lady again, you got people who are Corey haters, just like they're reveling in this nonsense. And also, you have to take responsibility in your part, the part that's playing in this nonsense. And the way this stuff settles down and go away is if you take yourself out of it. You don't have to defend everything. You have a platform, man. You can you can damn near make the world go around with your platform. So you need to take time out and take care of your business. Get your mental health together. Get something together that has been allowing you, almost coercing you into lead with your ego and your pride, and sprinkled with stubbornness. All right? Two things. Apologize to Miss Ortiz, Miss Darlene, for almost putting her life and physical safety in harm's way. Number two, and for trying to make her feel guilty or even goat her into holding up that shirt that was out of your brain. Some people, they don't be attacking people's skin color like that. Skin tone, yeah, skin color. So anyway, you may owe, and I think I'm to make it even better, I think he should apologize to his wife and his daughter. And just stay. Now, if you want to stay on Anton's ass, cool. Lead attorney, no shade, they can take care of themselves. But you probably should. And just like if Hebrew Israelites believe that Anton owes them an apology for attacking their women and their children, I think they should get on Anton's Hebrew Israelites. But anyway, I digress. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of this Saturday evening. All right? Peace, y'all.